guys, this is Bird5, and today I'm bringing to you guys a Diamond Dynasty Legends review guide. So it's going to be broken into 6 parts. We're going to do one for each division, and we are starting with the NL West. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about how cheap it is to acquire this player, whether or not you should go for the collection or if you should buy them off the market, and how does that player actually perform on the field, and how you should use that player in your lineup. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start in the NL West, and we are going to start with the Arizona Diamondbacks. So let's go over there. Alright, so the Arizona Diamondbacks legend is Steve Finley. I have not used him myself. I know a few people that have, and I've seen my brother actually use him. So keep in mind, I don't have every single legend, but I'm going to tell you how they perform, from what I know, and I do trust the people that's helped me with this as well. So just keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and get started. Steve Finley. He's only an 85 overall, and I know a lot of people are like, well, this guy's not even a legend, why'd they pick him? But I have to say, this guy, for a center fielder, is not a bad little player. He's got 70 contact versus righties and 69 power versus righties. And that 69 power is very good for a center fielder, especially against right-handed pitching. And his defense is very good too. He's not the quickest guy, 77 speed, it's not bad. He has an above average arm. He has good reaction and good fielding overall. So, I mean, overall this guy is going to play a good center field for you. I don't recommend you playing in a big ballpark with him. You might want to play like a Yankee Stadium or Franco Park. Something along those lines. He'll be able to hit a few bombs for you as well. So, as far as acquiring him, he doesn't cost much at all. You might be looking at up to 5K, if that. Because keep in mind, guys, you don't have to get the diamonds or any cards to the left or that are higher rated than him to complete this collection. So all you have to get is some of these silver cards, which won't cost you much on the market. So if you're looking to get Steve Finley, I would definitely recommend just doing the collection. Overall, I think it's a solid card, especially for its price. I mean, you can get it for 3 to 5K, and compare that to other center fielders on the market. That's a good bargain. Think maybe somebody like Carlos Gomez is comparable to him. Well, Carlos Gomez is going to cost you over 10K easily. So, and plus he bats left-handed, and that's always a plus. You might want to find a guy to platoon with him versus left-handed pitching, unless you're comfortable with a lefty-on-lefty matchup. That's your guys' call. But overall, I would give this legend a grade of a B+ when you consider how cheap he is to actually obtain. So we're going to move on here to the Colorado Rockies. Kind of similar to Steve Finley in the Arizona Diamondbacks collection. I actually have completed this one, and it is Dante Bichette. Again, this is another legend that I would not really consider a legend. I mean, he didn't retire not too long ago, but he definitely is a bargain, a lot like Steve Finley, and you can get him for under 5K as well. I mean, you only have to get 2 silvers, and the rest are bronze or common. It's really not that difficult. Just put bids up for all these cards, and you could probably have it under a few hours for less than 5K. So talking about Bichette, how he plays on the field, he's really a corner outfielder. His primary position is right field. I would not play him in center. You might want to try him in left if you have a spot open, but keep in mind that when you do put a player at their secondary position, they still have a 20% deduction in their fielding, so his fielding would drop to the high 40s, low 50s, and that's not something you really want to have in your outfield, especially for Diamond Dynasty. Now, he does hit really well, even against righties. He's got 79 contact and 69 power, but where this guy really shines, at least in my opinion, is he makes a great platoon player and a great player off the bench. He has 81 contact versus lefties and 77 power versus lefties. Good plate vision. So I would recommend getting this player, if not, you know, for anything, just use him on your bench and platoon him. He might be a good guy you could platoon with Steve Finley, and you could get both of those guys for probably 8 to 10K. So, overall, I rate Bichette pretty similar to Finley. I'd give Finley a B+ overall, and I would give Bichette a B overall. So, definitely a good player, so I definitely recommend completing this collection. It is easy, guys, and you do get the extra 5%. So let's move on to the Dodgers. This collection, oh, by the way, before I get into this, I highly recommend doing both of these collections rather than acquiring these players through the market. It's going to be a lot cheaper, and a lot of people probably have not pulled these guys out of packs. And that's the only way you can sell legends on the market, is if you pull them through packs. So I guess I should have brought that up earlier. If you complete the collection and you get the player, you can't sell them, so you're stuck with them. And then I recommend for your other players that you use to complete the collection, just feed them to your Diamond Dynasty player. So sorry about that. And moving on, we're going to do the Dodgers. This collection is, well, first of all, let's talk about the price. It's going to cost you a lot. I mean, it might cost up to 40, 50K. We have 5 golds right here. And Jimmy Rollins, Hallie Kendrick aren't exactly cheap on the market either for being silvers. Don't have to get Kershaw. But this is going to cost you a lot. It's going to cost you at least 40K, in my opinion. Now, actually, how Oral Hershiser performs as a pitcher on the game, I have not faced him, and I do not plan on getting him. So, I don't know exactly, you know, how he performs, but going based off his attributes, he has 3 fastballs, a changeup, and a curveball. He does not have a slider, so that's kind of a downer. But if you're looking for a pitcher like this, man, I would just go with Zach Greinke, guys. He's got similar pitches. He doesn't have the 2-seam, but he does have the slider, which in my opinion is a lot more valuable. I'm sure Hershiser is not a bad pitcher on the game, but he doesn't really. If you look at his per 9s, his K per 9 is not very high. His hits per 9 it's good. Walks per 9 is good, but that's not something I really expect out of a legend. Home runs per 9 is an 81, and clutch is an 85. But again, those really don't do anything in the game. Home runs per 9 doesn't mean anything in the game. It's for sins only. So this guy his 91 rating is really, you know, it's really overrated. He's probably about Zach Greinke. And if you want to get somebody like Hershiser, I would just go with Greinke. As far as giving this legend an overall grade, I give him a C- because unless you just have the extra money to spend and you're just a big Dodgers fan or Hershiser fan for whatever reason, I wouldn't bother with this collection, guys. There's better pitchers out there, legends or current MLB players. So it's probably one of the least legends you'll see as well. We're gonna move on to the, or actually gonna go to the Giants. This collection, as far as price goes, it's not too bad. You have to get 100 pins, which you can probably get for 10 to 12K, and then a lot of these silvers are really cheap, and I seem to be pulling a lot of these silvers in the packs I did open. They do have quite a few silvers, but you can get most of them for under 200 stubs. Overall, I would say it cost about maybe 10 to 15K to complete this collection, and Will Clark is going to cost you more than that on the market. Oh, by the way, if you are going to go for Oral Hershiser, you might want to actually check out the market, because it's just too expensive to complete this collection unless you pull these players out of packs. So, anyways, Will Clark, he's not too bad. 10 to 15K, that's not too bad for a solid first baseman. He bats left-handed. He has great contact versus righties, good power versus righties. I mean, those are really good numbers. He hits lefties better than average for a lefty. His fielding is great. I think his fielding is one thing that separates him for a lot of the first basemen out there. You know, you have Miguel Cabrera. You also have Chris Davis. Let me try to think here. Fred McGriff's another legend that's similar to Clark. Hillenbrew. So, you know, I mean, you have a lot of first basemen you can get out there, but I think what separates him is his fielding. So, if you want to go for a good solid first baseman that bats, you know, from the left side, Will Clark might be a guy you guys want to look into. And he'll only cost you 10 to 15K, and you'll get 100 pins as well. So, overall, I rate this legend a solid B. I haven't seen many people use Will Clark, but I highly recommend it if you want to get a left-handed first baseman. And there's some out there, but there's Adam Lynn, Lucas Duda, just to name a few. But like I said, Will Clark just has much higher contact and fielding than those guys. So overall, I give him a B. We're gonna go to the Padres now, and I have completed this collection as well. And you guys can see they added Craig Kimbrell. It's still not required, even though they're rated the same. So that's a big plus, because if you did not complete this collection yet and you were planning on it, it would have been a total bummer if Kimbrell was required to complete it, because he's going to cost you an extra 20K. But overall, the price of obtaining Dave Winfield, it's a little costly. There is three golds here, and James Shields and Upton. Shields probably cost 10 to 12K alone. Upton, 6 to 8K. Cashner's not too bad. Overall, this collection is going to cost you about 20 to 25K. They really don't have too many silvers, so once you get those golds, it's pretty easy. So if you're going to go for Winfield again, I recommend just doing the collection, because you do get 3 good players. Even Matt Kemp's a really good player to play against lefties. Cashner, I actually will use in my rotation for a while because of his velocity and his 5 pitches. Shields also a nice guy you might want to try in your rotation. And Upton's a good corner outfielder to have, especially against lefties. So actually, talking about Dave Winfield here, in my opinion, this is the right fielder I think everyone should go for, unless you're just going for all hitting. Dave Winfield, in my opinion, is the prototypical right fielder, that you want on your team. His hitting against righties isn't the greatest, 70-66, but don't get me wrong, that's not bad at all. He really hits lefties very, very well, 79-89. Good plate vision, good discipline, good clutch. But what really separates Dave Winfield from most other right fielders is his defense. 99 arm strength, 92 fielding, 93 arm accuracy, 78 reaction, 73 speed. And keep in mind, the higher the fielding, the higher the players will run defensively. So it's a combination of speed and fielding. So he's still going to be fast out there in the outfield for you. And for the price you can get him, 20 to 25K, you'll be locked up at the right field position. I start him in right field for my team, and I do have a pretty good team, 90 overall. So I highly recommend Winfield. A lot of people are shying away from him due to his hitting, but like I said, defense is very important in Diamond Dynasty. So, and Dave Winfield can play. He can play in a big park for you. I know I like to play at Red Rocks. If you guys want to play at Coors, Petco, Dave Winfield, he'll walk down the right field position for you, and he'll give you great hitting. So I highly recommend this legend, and overall I rate him an A-. He's one of my favorite legends. He's very comparable to Andre Dawson, however, he's much cheaper to obtain. So, and there's also K-Line. There's also K-Line out there, but again, his defense is much better. So, highly recommend this legend. And guys, that's going to be it for the first part guide of the Diamond Dynasty Legends. Make sure to check out the guide and the written up article I have of this as well. It's going to have the prices on there. So I hope this I hope this has helped you guys out. And part 2 will be coming out shortly.